abusua me mo ha me samu akwaba edo ba daily update TV so in case na ohwe dwumade na wa subscribe na wa share na odo comment so aide a show am ye beje brain na yakinkan yakohwe mfoni bi so far it has become a kufaru behavior oye. Now let's be honest, this is not tribalistic and as a NDC MPP na paying for say the any DSN na odi ide amam na kufaru of late yin nim say okopimo KJB na ohimpo a oye paramount chief or KJB kufaru ko na wo chia no one say ahimfofo de more time ono no pia obesole achia but opobetena because omono they are king intino omo aya nipa omotenetena omanim aha na je say ansa na bebe ohene ne kura ansa na bebe ohene no twese na kufa ko KJB no on anybody guy instructed the paramount chief of KJB say on sorry na ono no kufa do gina o chia nti on sorry na akufado amananso a ABC wa gamem and ABC kosi geje recently not too long was akọ eye Gonjaland Mahama Krum na say Mahama Krum damango baby Mahama Krum hono na ho no okọ en wono so sa akodru no you see not necessarily omo han for there they worship them like God to be honest omo they respect their king their chief more than everyone on earth except aside we nyankopon free one Kupada kupimo Gonjaland Mahama Krum na ohimpon a wato the overlord of Yabonra ka kire kufaro chiano chense on sorry na on chiano na ohimpon na anye sa video ne de beba behwe ebesomatifo wo hono ma ye de no beba besomatifo ohene na anye sa na o anye sa no otena na kunyanim ana ochiano na emrantie the youth of them Kesi akufuado hutin buno for such a manner because later on the trending news and as a current they are trending about Akufuado. Now let's do some proper analysis. But Akufuado, there was a video bi a me share. Na Akufuado ko pia oni krom chebi ebuwa kwa hene chebi aye buwa kwa hene Akufuado ko pia mo oboni mu ase yeden echia papa no wa ma papa na anyeden an sorry oba santimema otumfo asantimewra etina konya so Akufuado boni mu ase no eden wo chia no eyemi akasa Akufuado ye selective opeso odi ahemfo bi animu yeden from ba yen cheki mama ko ba bia o the respect mu obia abusia yenko video no Kelvin tell her the submission better to Akufuado is becoming I daily update TV so for comment and show man God bless you.
Like that. Their focus is only on politically. And I'm not saying this to say the Okufuado the koye no otino otumfo nim hu bi. No. Otumfo the sort in fie. Obana betafre nasia or the nasi be mamo atafre. The people at Oti mo ankasa, what are you doing about this? Because you can't respect this government MPP for the omni ba kumpo mamo. Things are getting worse in this country. The disrespect is getting out of hand. The disrespect. She said, "Dum so jinem na Mahamud Baumia atam ne yere makeup artist ne dineti so omoko Vatican. Vatican okwa small boys. So me, I've been to Rome a couple of times. I've been to the Vatican and Vatican. You can book an appointment and go to a service where Pope is preaching. You book. When you go there and you get in the line early, you can go sit in a mass Pope is preaching. There's nothing extraordinary about Vatican. But the reason why Baumia ejam in the middle of doomsday to go to Vatican and say, "Omo ba, asofo bi baba catch them say, Baumia call Vatican no Pope catch us and Yamia fan so catch us Baumia be the president. A Christopher be a Jimino, we would swallow it." Some catch them say, "NPP ni Baumia no, omo redeem Ghana for titru Christopher che." Omo say, "Christopher do do muna mo Jimmy." And no na ama NPP abedru ha. I'm telling you. In the middle of a crisis, say, dollar was 14. Vice President said, "I'm going to Vatican." Now, again said the Italian Prime Minister, Pope Nankasa Otuono, Oni Jumadi Kura, Obesore, Meba Ghana, Obedeng, Meba Bichia Ghana president. For what reason? But Baumia, any makeup artist, no more Ghana is suo. And almost Omoko Vatican. He needs to be working. Oh. He needs to be in Ghana to be talking to us. Why? He's a flag bearer of this party. Or Percy to Abaman be president. The dollar has crossed 14. Sa akwa we makeup artist na sorry akwatena Italy. Ena omu di omo ho ena ye na ti Ghana na yeti omo ka per day. And we sit here and we say we don't respect. We respect. But you see, these people are not showing respect back. Obefri Rome aba. Asofo bi ba be ka chem say ba omia ko Rome no. Pope ka chem say onu na nyame yi no. Baumia does not even respect the chief imam. Mahamudu Baumia also a Christian, you know. He does not even respect the chief imam. Because as we speak today, the chief imam, the light in Jinaso. The chief imam, Ninsio Emma. The young people that Baumia promised was Zongus. Say, Obe Kretie Juma Momono. At this point, Baumia to me Obi Juma. Baumia does not care about these things. The chief imam has been paying taxes from the day Baumia became president or vice president. But Mahmoud Baumia has not shown that respect back to the chief imam by making things easy for him, for the chief imam, his grandchildren, his family, and the people he lives with. Mahmoud Baumia has ignored the plight of his own people, his leaders, his religious leaders. He has left the shores of this country to go visit Pope. And he's happy to be sharing those pictures. Abra weja onu edwuma also yo hono de Italy. Say okuhu Pope. Who gives a heck about Pope? Who gives a heck? Because at this point, the obedi or Ghana, Pope does not care. I'm being honest. I was born Anglican. I respect the Catholic Church. And I have always respected a church that believes in principles. At this point in our life as a nation, who cares about the Pope? With all due respect to the Pope, the Pope is the Pope. The Pope is the leader of the Catholic Church. So at this point, you don't leave your responsibility. You don't ignore your people. You don't neglect your responsibility and go say, "I am going to see the Pope." Abra, the Pope does not care. What does so your visit to the Pope, economically and socially and politically, what does it bring to us? Nothing. Nothing. And we see this zombie and his makeup artist roaming around the world. And we still sit here, we cannot blame these people. And these people are still telling us we should give or hand over power to them. That is the disrespect I keep talking about. Pope non to wana COVID-19 by when you be onya COVID-19. With all due respect to the Vatican, I respect the Vatican, but the Vatican cannot change Ghana's economy. It's a fact. The Vatican cannot change the doomso. Vatican, it cannot change the dollar. We will have to work to change that situation. So what is the essence of us spending millions on Baumia to go and stay in Italy? Abra, people cannot sleep at night in Ghana. After this short break, I'll be back with one of the media houses. And I make a chance, so Ghana is on the ready year. And also, you guys, you're having power crisis again because in 2017, you did a story on that. And I said, yes. And I didn't come on. I said, so what are they doing? Bro, Neo. And I'm catching, so they are working on it. There's a government in place. We just want to see what they can do. Oka said, who is the energy minister? And I'm so Matthew Opoku Prempe because I need to read news. And I say, in commodity man, so he is being considered. Tie, me catch sa nipa ne say, sa nipa we energy minister in Ghana today no. He is being considered by the flag bearer of the NPP to be his running mate. And nipa say, how? This is the same person overseeing your energy problems, overseeing this crisis. How can you be considering that person who has not been able to, at the end of the day, deliver? Because Napo has been given a job to do. As we speak today, Napo has failed as the energy minister. So which politician Najuniye Juma will sit and say, the person who is failing to provide the energy, to oversee the sector, he is the person I think is competent to be my running mate on earth. And he na who side be say time na John Mahama Tesono 2015 I say Kobna Donko a energy minister. Oh, Kobna Donko bon, Kobna Donko to me sustain power. Now John Mahama beka che Ghana for say I am going into election 2016 and that my dream when we say Kobna Donko se bi omo ka se ono na di dum so ba ye on to me solve the super problem no. Kobna Donko enebe running mate. Mo Ghana for then I can beka che John Mahama. But today, when these journalists get the opportunity to speak on Dumso, they will speak on Greco. They will speak on ECG. They will blame the government as a whole. They will not specifically mention the person who is in charge of the sector because Napoya Santini, because Napoya MPP, because Mahamudu Bawumia is considering Napo to be his running mate. They know Napo has failed, but they don't want it to be clear that Napo sector now or Tesoro were fairly woefully. Into what they are going to do is they are going to generalize the problem and blame Gridco, blame ECG, blame the government, but never make Napo's name the icing on the cake. Because the moment you put Napo's name as the icing of the cake, the issue is you are making Ghanaians know that Napo has failed. And we all know Napo has failed. Now listen to this lady very well. Tieno. She deliberately avoids Napo, goes after ECG, goes after Gridco, try and talk about the government, but the Napo guy who is in charge, they leave Napo because they know Napo or your Santinia you ever consider as a running mate. Language, I keep telling you people, say, be a hypocrite. You don't just see it in their face. So what comes out of their mouth today and what came out of their mouth yesterday. And then I say nipano or your cromfo or your dada for or some agenda be. But so when you say na debi obe dada overhead the problem so can answer and so na already or brainwash show. And what adwene ade bi anya no kre. Listen to this thing.
You are not communicating to us why there's Dumso. Why? Say I say ECG board say omo pacho obianfa omo bonenche omo na EFS Dumso no e be try very soon. These are the things that we want to hear, but any enough. Beyond the more pacho no. Dear na why you can say Baumia ko Italy. Whoever advised Baumia so unko Italy ni pa no why anybody. In the middle of a Dumso crisis, you don't go to Italy. Baumia. In the middle of a Dumso crisis, you do not go to Italy. Miss Rao, with all due respect, Baumia, in the middle of a crisis, you do not go to Italy. Brapa. Go Italy. So FPP is running away from the Dumso, but you have to face it. This is your issue. I told you we have to say, criticize you, so I know what Kakra. Because sometimes so criticizing the partner, no one who say, and then, Dumso ni bia na aba no eno nim Ghana ye de Mahama time na generational issue ni enim fidie na ebe no wa kane ya na Ghana fo anya bi ene de anya generational issue ye won fidie no ye betimi ama no ye betimi a generate electricity ni bi for Ghana fo ye de ka. That is the truth of the matter. Ye de ka no kra na wo mu na obi asuro so obi abeka no ye de ka ye de IPPs no independent power producers ye de omu nyina ka. We cannot pay. Why can't we pay? This is the one Naki said, to me, Ministry of Energy. Somebody must be talking. Why are you running away? Mujane say, Mupo, you will do so. It's a Ministry of Energy for no, me say, ya flow, bia, we are see, they are trying freeway, where's you see freeway, where's you see freeway, where's you see freeway. Now, no, poku cocker be said, I'm for cry dinner terminal. As you bring no generating caniano. There's somebody a whole team, our energy ministry, chief director, so on. We pay all of you, Gridco, ECG, VRA, all of you are in the chain. You are all in the value chain. We pay all of you a salary to fix our problem. So if problem no aburo somebody should be explaining.
So you listen. Utibia okanikasano. Also okasana osio. Right now, it is the ministry. Who is the head of the ministry? Napo. Nobody is speaking. She avoided saying that the minister in charge should be held accountable. She didn't go there. Now she says, Ministry of Energy. Somebody there must be talking. Who is in charge of the Ministry of Energy? Who is the minister? You are bringing Gridco. She is bringing ECG. She is bringing Vaku. She is bringing all those people. But the person who is in charge of the sector is Napo. But onye because or a Jandam queen. Jandam attra him and yina sagawi. And a tribe journalism no you. Because ne diano ne busia or ya santiniti so no. And Baumia is considering Napo, some vice president, a running mate. Into what she's going to do is she's going to make you think that she's speaking on Ghana's problems. No, she's speaking on Ghana's problems, but shielding the problem itself. Because if the energy minister or non-national sector is avoiding or has decided not to speak on the matter, then it means he is supposed to walk. He's supposed to be sacked. We as journalists are supposed to tell the people that the energy minister into president but we will not go there. We can go after Komna Donko. If it's a Komna Donko, no NDC for the Nam, and tough for and Kwasia for and crime for, Dianzama for, and for until we can go directly and go after Komna Donko because Onena in charge of energy in Ghana. But today, so who's a Jandam Queen we are, this tribal peacock or the radio swa. What she's trying to let you think and they say problem ni nipa ba or her sector and a problem. ECG, Gridco, Vaku, DN. But we are talking about the ministry because in the first place, you were saying said during Mahama's time it was a generational problem. And then there is about money. And who is in charge of that ministry? Who is supposed to take the fall? You cannot go to ECG and sack everybody at the ECG. You cannot go to Vaco or Gridco and sack everybody there. But when you change the head of that sector, there will be some changes down there. It goes down and it trickles down. So why have you ignored Napona on a minister? Because and the Sabaumia choosing Naposa and the running mate. At the end of the reason so as the running mate of Baumia, he's a failed energy minister. He has failed. Because we are in power crisis and he is in charge of the power crisis. Into why is Baumia even considering the Napo? These people are shielding a very smelly meat. Napo or born in politics or born to sell more money. But my Akan brothers teach you Masantifua or mere journalism to seminar. They will come, speak, scream, make you think say Ghana problem ni but the main idea poison on can want some. So Shena, at a point, Pudding, she stopped. How can you speak about Doomso as a journalist in an editorial without mentioning the sector head? How? Are you crazy? How can you speak about Ghana football without speaking or talking to Ayede Ketokriku? How can you speak on anything without speaking on the person who is in charge? Because near Tiana Napoka say, under his watch, everything has been solved. So why today? Energy sector we are not making Napo the main topic, but going after ECG, going after the Gridco. It is because a interest omu jimimo when or a Jandam queen. Why is a peacock? That is how she was built. She cannot sit on TV or radio and say Napo must be fired. Ultimately, because Napo ya santiniti so noa.
Abusia Masamo Akwaba Medwaba Daily Update TV so. Na kopon insha na onyo Kesi se ojibre na okai home ekuti ene no ihwemfuni no so nya misha e bompa se adenyina mu esi uyi pa na said ye ni mono no ayeyira aye Kelvin Taylor e kan sembi na video no ene pese discussion of late abe akufado su ene ne ban Adena Obia Dinihi, Obia on territory. Akufo Addo the president of Ghana. What it Accra. On also a paramount chiefs no. Almost all territory, Ashanti Kingdom, or no 2 for no, Asantimera, a Sheninsa. They have, if a tradition, Tetiamambrimuna, a handful for have much power than the president. Yeah, according to history. Traditional rulers, they have much power than a so-called president. Na Akufo of late, Okopim KJB. ABC wo gamam yenim se eno ne be first and last as ade ne nya dem NCBM se o chia obi nipa na o chia no onye kesensen no o di president o di no Accra bon what tini territory to abeto no o chia na opa yes respect is a reciprocal opa be sorry a chia opa so obetena kings and as a handful, they have that authority, that power. So, oh, channel was what can I say? Opa, sorry, actually, opa. But you cannot instruct or any say on swelling chair because of what channel. Now, answer now be do on him or cry. Nipa, I tittit in any man's I'll be doing any packet to obscene. I daily update you so. Then I'll shake Jumedina, not also scrubby, not was share. Na onyanso ene biahwe enya sembeto nti Akufo ekoye esa ene amaho no kejebi na kejebi no anso ha osade aduru mahama krum ame akoboni tutu